Well, hey there everyone, it's Logan again. Today's little vlog is gonna be over Japan, and my stay there, all the way up. We'll all go through Ibaraki at this point, Ibaraki Christian. So first off, we arrive in Japan off the flight from Hong Kong, and we actually put all of our swords together that we bought in China into one package because we were told we could get them into Japan by the past group. So we went in and we put all our swords together, which we probably had 6, 7, maybe more swords in there. And when we tried to go through customs, they stopped every one of us, but in particular Sean, who had claimed the entire bundle as his own, and they actually took him back into an interrogation room. And we were there for an extra, almost good 3-4 hours trying to get everything sorted out, which they were very nice about, and they helped us send it back to Hong Kong, where it wait for us, gave us the name and the serial number of the swords to await us back in Hong Kong when we were going to fly back to New Zealand. And so we go through there, and we flew into Osaka, but we were going to Kyoto, so we had about an hour and a half drive to Kyoto by shuttle bus. Once we arrive at Case Hostel. Very great place. If you ever get a chance, stay there in Kyoto. And we kind of partied around Kyoto for a while. The next day, though, we actually had a walking tour. Didn't know who it was. We just knew we had a walking tour. So we meet up with our tour guide, and comes to find out, ends up being a 5-hour walking tour through all these famous Shinto shrines and these Buddhist temples. And then he had to add the time to get back. So it was probably closer to 5.5 to 6 hour walk, going straight, without almost any time to sit down and rest. It was quite an adventure going through there. We visited a couple more castles and such, and when on one of our free days, Kinsey and Jessica and I went over to the aquarium. That was lots of fun. We saw a dolphin show, we saw a lot of fun stuff. Then we moved into Tokyo and stayed in the Asakusa, or Old Town District, literally 2 minutes walk from the most important temple in Tokyo, the Sensoji Temple. Beautiful temple, massive, and I went there so many times, just sat there and just thought. I came up with, little phrases like, travel back the way you came so you can understand the way you went. Beauty is easy to find if you quiet your mind and look. Look for it to keep yourself going. Pay attention to the now to keep from straying, and remember what is behind to understand where you are. Reality is based on perception. Perception is based on reality. To understand reality, you must know why you perceive, why or how you perceive. Victory is gained by those that find their purpose, but act upon it without hesitation. Just little random things like that. If you ever get a chance to go to some Soji Temple, there's a great little, souvenir shopping place there. We went to a bunch of other places while we were there. And then on a little day trip, we went to Hiroshima, which was a very humbling experience, saying that, we're Americans and everyone knows that story. But they were very non-violent, non-hating. They just wanted to make sure that the world never knew the pain of having to go through a nuclear strike. And kids were swarming us there whenever we would walk by, which made it even feel a little bit more awkward. And again, that made me come up with a couple more philosophy, more like man fears the dark not because of the demons without, but because of the demons within us all. Science is man's most important tools, both in action and inactive. when can both be silent and silent B. Things of that sort. The only thing we can know is uncertainty, and various other things. I got some really cool stamps from Hiroshima. I still couldn't tell you if it was Hiroshima or Hiroshima. Some Japanese would say it one way, others would say it another. And then we moved. Mount Fuji was beautiful, but we weren't able to ride it. It took us 12 hours to get there, actually. By train, we just kind of looked at it for an hour and a half and then left. Then we moved into Ibaraki Christian, and took a lot of classes there. I saw a lot of my friends like Takuto and Yuhei, who had been here previously at OC, and was able to hang with them a little bit more. But while we were there, we took classes like Japanese literature, where we read Ryonosuke Kitagawa with his Rashomon and 17 other tales with Dr. Ives, great English professor, great man. We took Japanese communications, like basic Japanese language, which was entirely in Japanese, nothing more. And the IC buddies were there to help us, understand at least the basic instructions. We did a festival, we sang at the festival, and we did LST, Let's Start Talking there. Great opportunity. Let me see. One of my favorite things that we did there that was actual more religious affiliated than LST, which was very hard to get anything done with, is we went to a Buddhist temple. And he, answered any questions we had. He did a prayer ceremony and then would literally answer any question we have. We asked him about his, what he does in the basic day, and all that kind of stuff. How does he feel about Westerners coming in to sightsee Buddhism? And he gave some really honest answers, saying that he would like to do the same if he was able to go to America just to understand the culture better. While we were in Ibaraki, I absolutely loved my host family. So nice to me, I miss them a lot. It's definitely probably my favorite experience of the entire trip is being able to stay with my host family. What else did we do in Ibaraki? We did a lot in Ibaraki, but mainly school stuff. Traveled back to Tokyo one weekend to stay with a very good family friend for the weekend, and he showed me around Tokyo, and that was a lot of fun. I was able to see his son and his son's wife, who I hadn't met yet, and I'm pretty good friends with the son, and so it was really nice to be able to see them, and in Tokyo too. Lots of interesting food. Well, I'm going to stop there for now with Japan. If you have any more questions, just post them in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to them. I guess I'll catch you on the flip side.